Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 4 of the Undesirables. In this episode, we ended up talking about a little bit more mature
For sure.
More mature content regarding Harry Potter. So we just would like to let you know, viewer discretion is kind of advised.
Yeah.
You know, it's not terrible.
But it's about ships, so it can...
It's about relationships and stuff.
That's what happens.
So, you know, a little bit of adult jokes and some extra immaturity on our part kind of came out. So, so just be aware of that. So, but we appreciate you tuning into this episode. So I hope you enjoy. Hello, and welcome to the Undesirables Podcast. Another episode. Very tired episode. I'm Ryan.
And I'm Amanda.
And this is the Undesirables Podcast. I already said that. Anyways. So, welcome back. Nice tired episode. This is right after a shift.
Yeah.
So,
it's midnight.
It's midnight right now. If you see me yawning a lot, I'd like to apologize.
I mean, my bedtime's usually like 10, so.
And mine's like 9 in the morning, so yeah. I don't really have it was just a bored tired.
Yeah.
It was a very slow day at work.
Very slow.
So, yeah. So, how was your day?
That was good. It's fine. How was your day?
It was really fucking boring.
Yeah, it was slow.
All right, so today we were talking about
Ships.
your favorite
Ships.
episode to date.
Yay. Seth said he was looking forward to this one.
Yeah. No, he actually came into work today.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You're filming the podcast tonight?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, we are."
Yeah.
And he goes, "You're talking about ships?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah, we are." He goes, "Oh, I'll be watching." I'm like, "Awesome, man." So, Seb, hello. Love you, hon.
Hi, husbando.
Anyways.
All right.
Okay, so how do you want to break this down? This is a little bit of a looser episode.
Yeah, we're going over Canon, more
we got another list
popular
right there.
ones, our favorite ones.
Yeah.
I think we just start with Harry and Ginny.
Easy. That's an easy one. I like that relationship.
We kind of talked about it in the last one.
Yeah, I love it.
Books, great.
Yeah.
Movies.
What?
You know, it's like a D tier.
What?
I did not like them in the movies.
Oh, in the movies.
In the movies.
Okay, in the book, I thought.
No, in the books, they're great.
In the books, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I thought that's what we were referring to.
No, I said the books were great. The movies are.
Yeah.
Yeah, out of everyone who Harry should end up with, I didn't put Neville and Luna on there. We'll remember that.
You want to take a pause, or you just want to remember?
We'll just remember.
Okay.
Yeah, who he should have ended up with? Yeah.
Yeah.
Ginny, no one else.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I like I mentioned in the first episode actually. Yeah. You know, I really liked the relationship because you know, like I said, like you just kind of feel for the guy. You know, he was going through a lot, and Ginny really made him feel like a normal person for once.
Yeah, and I mean, he was already basically a part of the Weasley family, and this just made it legal.
Made it legal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say about Harry and Ginny.
I love it. S tier in my book.
Yeah.
Like in the books.
In the books, yeah. And they definitely go into more detail. And like the whole, like they're breaking up and it's hard and...
It's hard, but you know what? You know what I like about that? There was barely any tears.
Yeah, no, but in the movies, they don't cover anything like that. It's just like, oh, they kissed and... Oh, they kissed again.
Yeah, they're not really a thing. They were never a thing like they were in the books.
Yeah. And it sort of like jumped out of nowhere where it's like... Oh,
they're hiding in the book, like the potions book. Yeah,
yeah,
that's their first kiss.
Yeah, in the movies, it's just like, she's crying because of Dean. I saw you looking at her. You like her. It's just like, what? Where did that come from?
Yeah, it started because the one thing they actually, you know, even in the Order of the Phoenix, they in the movies, they had Jenny act.
Jealous.
Oh, jealous.
Yeah.
Like when he was just like choke and stop looking at you, and then it like the
cuts to her,
then cut to her, but
you see her,
you see her going.
But they don't show anything with Harry showing interest before that.
Yeah,
except then the next one, he's just like kind of looking at her, and
because
like, oh, okay.
it was like he didn't realize he liked her until number 6.
Yeah.
So,
but like they don't go into that in the movies.
No, they don't. Like it never. I mean, also because you can't hear what he's thinking.
That's true. So, in the books, it's like
in the books because it's
his
just
point
like
of view.
Because it was they set it up so interesting in the books because, it was when Slughorn was explaining the potions, right? Mm-hmm. And then Hermione explained how a love potion works and how you smell the smells that attract you. And basically, it was like the smell of Ginny. It was like flowery type of smell. And then all of a sudden, he goes, and now all of a sudden, Harry smelt that same flowery smell he smelt in potions. And he turns around and it's Ginny. Yeah. And then you're like, right? Especially as a first-time reader.
Yeah,
you know?
it's good. Yeah, it's
really good. It's really good.
Speaking of that, what do you think your potion smells like? Like when someone smells you, like your girlfriend.
Oh, what she would smell of me?
Yeah.
Probably my deodorant.
Yeah. That's what I would smell too. Yeah. Old like his deodorant or his shampoo.
Yeah, well, my girlfriend and I actually use the same shampoo.
Sa's been using my shampoo.
Well, I have such short hair that it doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah. Well, I mean, men's shampoo is shampoo, conditioner, body wash, everything. So
yeah, I mean, it's literally like it doesn't matter. Like having this short hair and I'm balding, so it's like it really doesn't fucking matter what shampoo I use. So we save money that way. So
and what would you smell if you had to smell it?
I really like the way Taya smells.
What does she smell like?
Maple leaf.
Freshly mown grass. And
maple leaves.
Maple leaves?
Yeah. And cookies.
Aww.
She makes a wicked batch of peanut butter cookies, man.
Oh, that's cute.
And some other stuff I'm not allowed to talk about on YouTube.
God.
Yeah. Anyways.
Okay. Next.
How about you? No. Stop that.
What?
What would Steb smell like?
Like if he would just smell me?
Yeah.
Curry. Probably.
What, he loves the curry that much? Do you make a bitchin' curry?
I make curry like once a week at least.
Okay.
Because the boys love curry.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Maybe like my conditioner or something.
Yeah. Here, let me smell.
Oh
wow, you're actually gonna let me do it? Okay.
I don't think it smells. I mean, I haven't washed my hair.
I can smell it. It's fine. I thought you were gonna be like no.
No, I haven't washed my hair in a couple days, so it's not very strong.
Nah, it smells fine.
Hey,
I'm not like ooh.
Yeah.
Sorry. So now we can move on. Let's
Hermione and Ron. Another canon.
Yeah, I don't like it in the movies. I love it in the books. Mm-hmm. Like once again.
Yeah, I used to love Ron and Hermione.
Yeah.
Like they were my like OTP, so great. But after like rereading and rewatching as I got older, I didn't like it as much. I felt like, I don't know, it's like she waited around too long. Which I mean, like she loves him. Back in the day, you're like, oh, it's like adorable, like she's totally in love with him and all that. But then as you get older, it's kind of like she's such a strong independent character that it's like every time he's fooling around doing whatever, she should just move on.
I mean, it's kind of like, I think now that I'm older, it feels a little far-fetched.
Yeah.
Because she's so smart and kind of responsible. Kind of.
Yeah.
The only time she's irresponsible is when she's trying to save the world.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I think
like back in the day as like a young girl, I was like, this is
everything.
So cute and everything.
Yeah.
But like as you get older, like personally, if that was like my daughter or my sister or something, and
you would
she
be
was being like,
you can do better.
Yeah, she was being like dragged around like that. I'm like, you're the smartest witch in your grade. Like, you can do better.
I know, especially when they were fighting, you know, because then I feel like if she had an older sister, be like, forget about him. Who cares? Right? Yeah. He's an idiot.
Yeah. So that's my take on it now.
That's what I tell all my female friends that have an idiot boyfriend.
I know, exactly.
Yeah.
I look at it differently now.
Yeah, because I just feel like that there's a lot of cases of that where like just a woman is just way too smart for the person she's with.
No, exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. And I feel like too, in the end, they don't have a lot in common. Besides like that they were friends growing up. Friends
with Harry Potter.
Because like she's always struggling to get them to study and do all that stuff. And that stuff she genuinely enjoys.
Yeah.
Right. And even J.K. Rowling said like they were going to need counseling later.
Yeah. She even said that she thought about putting Harry and Hermione together too.
Yeah. I it's a little harder to wrap my hand around now.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys talking about when you go home at night?
Yeah, that's a fair question because it's like, what do you talk about?
Yeah, she's not into Quidditch that much, and he doesn't like reading and studying and all that stuff.
Hermione actually fucking sucks at Quidditch.
Yeah, and like the only time he showed sort of interest in what she likes was when obviously the kiss. Yeah. And he talks about the house elves.
Yeah.
But otherwise, he just shits all over something that she's really passionate about.
She was shitting all over the like the SPEW when that first came up too.
Yeah.
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 And it was, but you know what? That was kind of a lost cause in the beginning because like everyone was telling her like Hermione, like stop.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's something that she was passionate about.
Yeah.
So
and he never got behind it straight away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not on him if he doesn't agree or whatever, but it's one of her passions. Yeah. So.
Sorry.
No, I was just saying that's conflicting for them, right?
Oh, yeah. And another thing about Ron is that in the last book for his birthday it was either book 6 or 7, he got a dating book from his brothers. So, like, I wonder if that's the only reason why he wooed her was because it's like, you know.
He had actual help.
Yeah, he had, like, a lot of help.
Yeah.
Like, you know, pay attention to what she likes, you know.
He's like, I have to listen to her?
Yeah, listen to her. And I have to listen. Interesting. What? You know what I mean?
I should just tune her out when she starts talking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's...
I know, because when you compare it to Harry and Ginny, and it seemed like they actually would have conversations with each other.
No, they both love Quidditch, and... Yeah,
I know,
they for sure do.
I know, and then Harry kind of... you know, realized like what he wants in a woman, like just in general, like a very strong-willed woman, and that's Ginny in a nutshell.
Yeah,
and because like he couldn't do the girly thing like with Cho, that's why it burned up so bad.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, she was definitely too timid. We can go on to that, Harry and Cho.
Yeah, Harry and Cho. I liked it when I was younger in the movies.
I didn't really care.
Yeah, like I thought it was kind of nice. Like I think it was kind of nice to see him, you know, interact with a girl.
Yeah, no.
But you can. She was too hung up on Cedric.
Yeah,
because you know that was her ex-boyfriend, and you know he died when they were dating, and then you know it kind of.
Yeah, it just felt sort of like an infatuation. He saw her, he liked her, but they didn't have a lot in common.
No, and I think like she was attracted to Harry because it's like, oh, you know, like you saw Cedric that too. You saw Cedric die.
Yeah, they have this sort of bond.
This bond over Cedric, you know, and it's like oh, and then I think I'm trying to remember in the book, did she ask about him, Cedric?
I think she did.
And then he was just like, I don't want to talk about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like everyone, you know, was on his ass about that in book 5. So.
Yeah. No, they were just. It happened. It was fine, but it wasn't like Harry and Cho be together.
I personally thought it was kind of funny. So I think it felt more comic relief type of shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because Harry was just like. They were on a date, and then he sees Hermione come in and goes, "Oh, Hermione, how's it going?"
Yeah,
and goes over and talks to Hermione because you know that's his friend. And then she was just like, "What the fuck? You're talking to other girls on another date on our date? Like what?" Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah,
I know.
Fine.
I wonder how many people ship us.
Okay. Next, one of your personal favorites, Harry and Hermione.
Now, I thought about this. I'll be preparing for this.
Yeah.
I like the attraction to that ship for me doesn't stem from Harry Potter necessarily. It's kind of more of an image thing where I really, really like the way Emma Watson and Daniel Radcliffe look together.
that's the same way I felt. We'll get into it later with Draco and Hermione.
Yeah.
Because I felt they look so good together, which is where mine started too.
Yeah, because like I always wanted, when I was a kid, I always wanted Harry and Hermione to be the thing. Mm-hmm. And I thought they were gonna be, but I guess not. And then in movie 6, when Hermione's all sad about Ron kissing Lavender, and then Harry steps up as, you know, a good friend, and goes and consoles her or whatever. You know, I don't know, I just like that image of like Hermione resting her head on Harry's shoulder, you know, and obviously it's about a totally different thing. Yeah. But you know, it just looks nice. They just look good together. Like, but in the books, I'm kind of not loving it anymore because, as I mentioned, you know, like Harry knows what he likes in a woman and in a woman. He's 16, whatever. Yeah. Anyways, and he and Hermione's is like on his ass, like a nag. Yeah. In a bad way too. Yeah.
No, I definitely see them more as brother and sister.
In the books, I see it that way.
Yeah, no, even in the movies, I could never picture it as anything else. They just, I know. I think it was because when I first watched it, I was so into Ron and Hermione. Yeah. That every time I saw Harry and Hermione, it was just they're best friends. Yeah. Right. That's all I can see them and as. Then even just thinking about it, I'm just like they're just best friends.
I know, and then in Deathly Hallows Part 1, like that dancing scene that was added in, like that just tickled my boner for them even more. Oh,
so I saw that, and I was like, oh, it's a nice little thing. And then you brought up how you like that for them together. Yeah. Which made me really uncomfortable watching it because now it's just like, no, I can't. No.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I know, and then like I guess it doesn't really count, but like when the Horcrux opened up and
they're making out.
They were making out, especially in the movies, because in the fucking books, the way it was described was horrible. It was like there were two like floating heads and they had red eyes. Yeah. And they were like, yeah. But
not essential.
Yeah, in the movie it looked a lot better. It was kind of hot and spicy for sure, but I mean, I guess obviously that doesn't count, and that doesn't even fit into like my imagery that I've come up with for them. Because obviously, you know, anything that's like kind of artificial like that, like it's not real. Yeah. Like it's like, I don't really care. But yeah, so I like them. You don't like them.
I don't like them together. No. They're just like brother and sister.
Yeah. You feel that more in the books, but sometimes there's always that tension.
But also, like, I feel like a lot of trios, it's always the two best friends that get together for like movies and books and all that. Yeah, it's never like the girl and the main guy get together. It's always the two best friends,
which would honestly be awesome.
I mean, because also they spend so much time together that you don't see because you're just seeing Harry's point of view. Yeah, that when Harry's off doing other things, Hermione and Ron are probably hanging out, right?
Yeah, they should be.
So
I feel like in number 1, I feel like that wasn't the case. No. I feel like if Harry's not around, then Ron and Hermione are hanging out with their separate friends.
Yeah. 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 No, for sure.
Yeah, like so like Hermione, I think at that time would probably might be hanging out with like, I don't know, Lavender Brown. Yeah, in book 1, because in book 1, because Lavender Brown never came in the picture until number 6. Yeah, so
and they were like roomies and everything, right?
Yeah, exactly. So she probably has like her little like her girlfriends, you know? And then Ron obviously probably hangs out with like Neville and Seamus and Dean.
Yeah, Dean and them, yeah. Well, Lavender, you can go on to Lavender and Ron.
That was fucking hilarious. So I know there's a lot of controversy about the recasting of Lavender Brown. Yeah. But you know what? I don't really give a shit anymore. Like, I think she was a beautiful choice. She was fucking hilarious. I loved her in the movies. I love that whole thing. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of, I like it better in the movies because Ron wasn't as hypocritical. Yeah. Back then. Yeah. Because I remember he was on Ginny's ass over making out with Dean. Of course, he got uncomfortable, but he didn't confront her. He actually confronted her in the books about that one.
Yeah. I mean, it's also his sister, so it's like...
I know, but then he starts making out with Lavender, and then Ginny in the books go, bloody hypocrite.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's really well done. It's like the perfect representation of high school romance.
Mm-hmm.
Where, I mean, most girls usually don't show it that much.
Yeah.
But when they're talking to their friends about their little grade 9 boyfriend.
Yeah.
Like.
Grade 9.
Whatever.
They're in grade 11. Jesus.
Okay, I know, but I'm just saying, like. And you're just, like, infatuated.
Yeah.
You try to pull it back. Lavender didn't. But no, that's how they talk with all your little girlfriends and stuff.
You're telling me you didn't just wrap yourself around your boyfriend in high school?
Do I seem like the type? No.
Sometimes.
No, but like, no, she gives a really good representation of like a high school girl.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. No, she was like, she did great.
Yeah, she's like that one chick that used to follow me around in high school. Anyways. No, I think that, and honestly, I truly believe that Lavender and Ron kind of did its job to set up Ron and Hermione in the end. Because on one hand, you kind of started seeing Ron having a crush on Hermione, but then we were kind of unsure about Hermione for a second. And then she started showing signs a little bit, but she was a lot more concealed about it until Lavender.
Yeah. Yeah. And then it also is a good representation of a high school male. Yeah. Where it's just like, oh, I kind of have a crush on this girl. And then this other girl's like, hey, want to make out? And he's like,
yeah.
Who's the other person I was talking about? I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty stereotypical, but yeah.
I mean.
It's happened to me once. Anyways.
All right. Ron and Padma, which is...
Padma Patil.
Goes into the cursed child.
Is she... I have a question. Is she the Gryffindor one? Or is she the Ravenclaw one?
I don't know.
There's Parvati Patil and Padma Patil. Which one's the Ravenclaw?
I can't remember. Because in the movies, they're both Gryffindor.
I know, which is kind of annoying.
And whereas in the books, one is Ravenclaw.
One is Ravenclaw. Let's go. I'm going to assume that is the Gryffindor.
Probably.
Yeah.
So he went to the Yule Ball with her.
Mm-hmm.
Showed zero interest in, obviously.
Absolutely.
And then in the Cursed Child, when they
mess up time,
fuck around with everything.
Yeah.
Ron ends up marrying her. How do you feel about that?
It made sense because in the Cursed Child they mentioned how it was because Albus Potter and Scorpius Malfoy, they talked to Hermione before they sabotaged Cedric. And so that made Hermione not like Victor Crumb. And I do believe that the relationship with Victor Crumb is kind of what made
pushed Ron for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. But then they realized, they decided, she said, fuck you, Victor, in that timeline. And then just said, okay, you know what? Fine. We're fine. Yes, Ron, I'll go to the dance with you as friends. You know? And then apparently they just decided as friends just to be friends.
Yeah, that's sort of like...
Because
the whole
maybe...
thing with Hermione and Ron, too. It's like, if they had that chance earlier, they probably wouldn't have stayed together.
Yeah,
right?
Because I feel like Hermione at that time would probably be like, oh, Ron, that's so sweet, but we're just friends.
Yeah,
right?
They don't have those years of like the tension brewing between them.
I know. It's like in Bruised when, boyfriend was punching the wall and then they just started having sex.
Okay. And James and Lily, which is the first from the Tumblr top 100 ships. So Tumblr released their top 100 ships.
Yep.
All ships everywhere. Movies, TVs, everything.
Yep.
There's 4 Harry Potter ships on the list. In the last place, number 88.
That's what those numbers are.
Yeah, is James and Lily. So, I mean, that's pretty high. Out of top 100, every single ship in the world.
Yeah.
People are putting James and Lily at number 88. How do you feel about that?
I understand from a particular perspective that I just conjured up in my head where you don't really see them interact as a couple.
Mm-hmm. And, people want to sort of dive into that more.
Mm-hmm. And B, which is true, because it's like, because, you know, or James Potter started out as kind of a shit. Mm-hmm. So it's like, what made Lily so attracted to James, where she wanted to get married and have a kid?
Yeah.
Right? I kind of want to know where that happens, and I think a lot of people don't know that, so I kind of see it being like that. Yeah,
I could see people wanting to dive into that more. Yeah. I mean, what was it Sirius said? Like, most teenagers are...
shits.
Yeah, shits. But James grew out of it or whatever.
Yeah, and then maybe like his better qualities started coming out when he was an adult, and then because the only thing you really know about James and Lily, the couple, is that they're really great people in the fact that they were willing, and obviously willing, you know, to die for their son, right?
Yeah,
which they did.
They're in the order and they're fighting and everything, and they're so young, right?
Both very talented people too.
Yeah.
James, you know, he's like a star Quidditch player.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually a very good wizard in general. Mm-hmm. He became an animagus like at the age of 15, 16? Yeah.
Yeah, and then Lily's like top of her grade.
Top, you know, like a potions master basically. Mm-hmm. You know, and that's why her bond with Snape was so strong. I guess that's what started it. And then, so I think that's why, like, for a list like that, I think that's why it might be so low, just because you don't know much. Yeah. You know, but I mean, I like it. I think they look great together. Yeah.
There's not much about them, but they clearly fell in love, got married, had a kid young. Like,
yeah. I mean, but that's just how it is in the Harry Potter universe. You have kids young.
Yeah.
Like really young.
Yeah. No, they seem fine. Like I don't obviously see her with anyone else because.
No, it's I think it's just, I don't know. Mm-hmm. That's a weird one because it's like you just don't know.
And then a more controversial one, Lillian Snape.
See, that kind of goes parallel with Draco and Malfoy just a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because it's like, he's kind of a prick, but she likes him. Mm-hmm. But did she ever like him more than as a friend, or was it only him
Snape?
That was? Yeah, did Lily like Snape more than a friend?
I don't think so. It doesn't go into it, but I'm gonna say no.
I'm gonna say no as well.
I think it was just he was infatuated with her, and she just saw them as friends.
Yeah, and like he was like her gay best friend.
Yeah. I mean, maybe it could have went into more, depending on how Snape acted, but clearly, you know, there's that whole thing which isn't in the movies, where you see Snape's worst memory. Yeah. And in the movies, it looks like, his worst memory is getting picked on by like James and them. But what they cut out was that he called Lily a mudblood.
I know, and I'm pretty sure that's what makes it his worst memory.
Yeah, no, that is. Yeah. And I think they really needed to have that in there because after the movie came out, everyone was just like, oh, Snape loved her the whole time. You know, he was always such a good friend to her. Yeah. They deserve to be together. And there was this whole, like, Snape's this awesome guy who Lily should have chose over James because James is a prick. But, you know, they cut out so much where, like, it shows Snape was going towards the dark side. He didn't go the dark side because of Lily. He was already going that way.
I know, and he even at that young age, he was actually interested in serving Lord Voldemort too.
Yeah, and Lily saw that, and that's why she started drifting away from him.
Yeah, and then like calling her mudblood was just the final straw.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's like, I know. I tell you one thing though, I really like Snape's like it's called the Prince's Tale in the Deathly Hallows. Like when they go through the memory, I like that shit a lot. But
you know, I like Snape as a character, but Snape and Lily together,
no, I don't think it would happen, man. It's really hard to say, like, would Lily like Snape if he wasn't on the dark side?
Yeah, it's hard to say because I feel like
he would still be creating his own dark magic too.
Yeah,
like, you know, because like maybe not if he wasn't involved with Voldy, let's say, but he was still doing, like, he made Sectum Sempra and like some dark spells, right?
Maybe if he had gotten placed into something like Hufflepuff or Ravenclaw. Or
I could see him being
Gryffindor,
a Ravenclaw. Right? He could be Ravenclaw.
Yeah, if he was done in anything besides Slytherin, it might have been a different story.
You think so?
Well, he wouldn't have been made fun of as much. I don't think.
You think?
Why is that? I don't think James and them would have, because there's this whole Gryffindor versus Slytherin thing.
Oh, yeah.
And I think if he wasn't, he would have probably still got made fun of, especially if he's hanging around Lily. But I don't think it would have been as much, just because there's that rivalry between Gryffindor and Slytherin.
True.
That I don't think would have been as strong if he had been.
I know. That's like the big narrative that they put in the books, is like that Gryffindor and Slytherin really just butt heads like crazy.
Yeah.
I know. I would love to see. That's what they should do. If they really want to make some money, they should make new stories of other people at Hogwarts. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then like they should do that. They should put a Slytherin person and then a Gryffindor person as best friends. That'd be sweet. Yeah.
Well, oh no, he's Hufflepuff.
Who?
I was gonna say Newt.
Newt Scamander
and the Lestrange girl.
Oh yeah, that's a Hufflepuff and a Slytherin.
Hufflepuff, Slytherin. So
I'm dating a Slytherin, and I'm a Hufflepuff.
I'm married to a Gryffindor.
And you're a Ravenclaw.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I guess we're both just not a big fan of that.
Yeah,
I like the idea. I like the fact that that's why Snape helped Harry. But I don't see them being together.
It definitely gave them, like, it gave him a good backstory, which was really interesting. Yeah. But as a couple, no. Yeah,
as a couple, no. I don't think it would work.
That ship can sink.
He's too pretentious.
Yeah.
Or conceited or whatever. Yeah.
This is an interesting one.
Oh God.
This was the highest one on the Tumblr list at number 21.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one.
Yeah. Remus and Sirius.
I could see it.
It's so random. I'd never even thought of it until I was reading that list. And I'm like, the top Harry Potter one is Lupin and Sirius. I don't know. I never even pictured it. Right?
Yeah. I don't know what to say about it.
Well,
it's like,
here's the thing is that J.K. Rowling said, like, one of the main reasons she wrote that epilogue was because she felt so bad killing off both Tonks and Remus.
Yeah.
And she wanted to show that Teddy was okay.
Right.
So there's just, I can't picture anything else but Tonks and Remus just because of, like, Teddy and all that.
I know. And it's like, we don't even know what kind of, apparently back in the day, Sirius was the ladies' man. Like, he had all the girls coming towards him.
I could see that with his hair.
With the hair.
Yeah.
He was probably really handsome.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure. And I could see all of them just being like,
and also,
maybe not Peter, but
also just like his best friend, very talented too.
Yeah.
Right? But him and Remus, it's like, I'm just trying to be like, how would that happen?
And it's also like that it's the top out of all the Harry Potter ships.
Why do people want that?
It's just so random. I don't dislike it.
I know. Oh,
but I've
I
never
just thought
even
of a bad
thought
joke.
Of it.
That's a bad joke.
Did it have to do with doggies?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just like, maybe everyone just likes doggy style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was something I just never even thought of. I could picture how people would like.
There's a cat in the frame.
You know, like Sirius sort of helping Remus through his, you know, when it's that time of the month sort of thing.
Yeah.
I could see maybe something developing
from
that.
Maybe a connection there.
Yeah.
Maybe in an alternate universe, maybe Remus didn't die, but Tonks died. And, you know, no offense, but I mean, I guess Teddy would have to die along with her.
Oh, God.
Yeah. And then what if, you know, they were, you know, the war's over.
Sirius is alive.
Sirius is a free man because, you know, at that time he would have been cleared. Mm-hmm. And then they just lived together as friends. So then Sirius can help him through his grief and his wolfing and all that bullshit, right? Then just the connection starts.
No, I feel like though when people are writing this, they're writing young Remus and Sirius. I don't feel like they're writing old.
You know what's funny? That actually ran through my head. I'm just like, I think the imagery, because you got to think about the imagery. Like, what would the fan art look like?
It's for sure. It's
a younger
teenage Sirius, and
maybe
Remus.
20 at the most. Yeah.
It's definitely younger. I think.
I know.
Yeah, that one is like, I have no real opinion on it. I never even thought of it before. So it's
I literally didn't think about it until just now when you brought it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
your favorite, which you love to talk about, our boy Voldy and Bellatrix Lestrange.
Okay, so apparently
have a child. So this one's canon.
How?
Canon.
How?
It's canon.
Okay, I understand that Bellatrix has a sexual amount of love for Voldemort, okay? Oh, yeah. Like, absolutely. Like, no kidding. Mm-hmm. However, okay, so we're going to get into this. Voldemort, Tom Riddle, is incapable of love. Now, yes, you can have sex with somebody without loving them. Mm-hmm. Happens all the time in our culture, actually.
I feel like that's what it is. I feel like he feels nothing for her, and he just wanted to sow his oats.
But, like, do you think he's like that, though? I don't see it.
No, I don't see him doing it at all in a sexual way. He was literally like, I just need to create an offspring.
Why? I don't buy that. I don't buy that because it's like...
That's the only way I could see it happening.
Because he wouldn't be chasing immortality if he... Like, why would he make an offspring? He doesn't need one.
I don't know, because someone that he can train in his dark ways.
He did that with Bellatrix. He trained her.
And she's crazy.
And she's crazy, and she was crazy powerful too. Yeah. Like, yes, he had like the slightest bit of affection for Bellatrix because she was so loyal. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, and you got to understand too, why would he, like from Voldemort's perspective, why would he give Bellatrix the privilege of seeing his wiener when she already made a mistake?
Maybe he didn't even let her see it.
What, just bend over?
I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, yeah. We might have to put disclaimers on this one. Anyway.
I was gonna say.
Yeah. Maybe we'll film a disclaimer after this.
Yeah, maybe they didn't even do it. Maybe he just used a spell to like pull the stuff out and just
see, that would be believable. And then she would be like, oh my God, yes, spread me out. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And he's like, no, stop.
No, stop it. Like, we're just doing this because I want an offspring for whatever reason. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like...
And then she was being so annoying, he crucioed her, and she enjoyed that too.
I bet you anything. Oh, if it was by your wand, Voldemort. Yeah. Yeah. No, I just don't see it.
Did Rudolphus know about it?
That Voldemort fucked Bellatrix?
Yeah.
That was pretty blunt. Anyways.
I feel like he would have been okay with it.
I think he wouldn't. Yeah, honestly, I don't think he would care.
Yeah.
Because he's like, man, what a privilege.
Yeah.
Like, oh, do you think it was like a cuck situation?
I don't know.
I think it was.
I feel like it just like happened.
Wait, he was in prison the whole... Oh, wait, did he die? How did he die?
I don't know. I think he was still alive that time.
Really?
Yeah.
Because and another thing too. They said in The Cursed Child that Bellatrix was pregnant with Delphi. It was like
Easter?
Right before the Battle of Hogwarts.
Yeah, so after Easter.
Yeah, so...
I mean, if she's in her first 3 months, you wouldn't even see her showing, and you wouldn't even notice.
Yeah, but didn't Harry, Ron, and Hermione go to Malfoy Manor right before the Battle of Hogwarts?
No, that was Easter.
You're Easter. Anyways.
No, it was in like March.
Okay.
That's why they were able to get Draco there, because it was Easter.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so... But it's fucking stupid. Mm-hmm. Well, like, why would she even... I don't get her. I don't know. I mean, I know she's crazy. I just don't see this happening. It's like... You written... Like, they wrote a very selfish person and a very... self-absorbed person, and it's like, and he doesn't like, and that's another thing, he hates people. He hates anyone but himself. And it's like, why would he want to mate?
I feel like it was just added in for the Cursed Child.
Yes.
Like it wasn't thought out about like why it would happen. She was just like, this would be good.
I know, and
we need a reason for it.
I know, and I'm a strong believer in the fact that Tom Riddle was conceived through the love potion. Yeah. So So that's kind of also what stripped him of the ability to love, because he was born out of artificial love.
Yeah.
So, like his mom obviously like was obsessed and I guess loved Tom Riddle, but was that more of an obsession or was that actual love? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel that because of just everything that we know about Voldemort from the first 7 books, it's like it's so unplausible. I don't buy it. And please, in the comments,
if you're a huge Voldy Bella fan,
I mean, go for it.
Tell us all, like, what, why?
And you know what? Someone please try and make sense of it for me, because I cannot put my finger on why the fuck that would ever happen.
Yeah.
Because
it's definitely something that I was like, I'm writing this just to push the story along.
Literally.
Yeah.
It's like, and it's because what they should have done in The Cursed Child is like, just make Delphi like an obsessed, like make her the daughter of Bellatrix and Rodolphus, but she's still obsessed with Voldemort.
Yeah, that would have been better.
That would have been better. It's like, do you really think Voldemort, like you go up to Voldemort and be like, I'm your daughter, and then you don't think he's just gonna be like, aha, yeah, right, Avada Kedavra.
Yeah, I was gonna say just Avada
Kedavra. You know what I mean? Yeah, haha, yeah, right. I'm on a mission right now. Fuck off.
Yeah.
You know, because she did get to talk to him, but it was Harry transfigured as him.
Yeah.
Yeah, just I don't buy it. Not gonna happen. It's not canon anymore. Okay, Pottermore got rid of it. Okay,
that's if to say, do you consider the Cursed Child canon?
I was very reluctantly accepting it because J.K. Rowling said it was, but I
mean, J.K. Rowling says a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but Pottermore, the website, took Delphi. Well, she's known as Delphi Diggory off of the character list.
Oh, really?
So, which I'm thinking they're like, okay, maybe forget about that part.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I don't think, man. Like, I really don't buy it. I'm not gonna buy it.
Okay.
You're not gonna
no, I don't.
Don't even try and sell it to me.
I don't. It's just it's nothing to me.
Thank you. Yeah, you're a good friend.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah, so I don't like it. And moving on.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So another really, really popular one.
Uh-huh.
Draco and Harry. Number 22, right behind Remus and Sirius on the Tumblr list. Draco and Harry.
Yeah, I guess Tumblr really likes the whole homosexual thing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, because look at how high the 2 gay couples are. And then the straight couple compared to the straight couples
is 88.
Yeah, and then Draco and Hermione are 45. Yeah. It's like, wow. Anyways. Yeah. Okay, so let's get into it. I think this would happen if Harry got sorted into Slytherin.
I could say that if he got sorted into Slytherin, yeah.
Yeah. They would connect.
But more. As they are now, no.
Absolutely not.
No. I could see them maybe becoming friends.
Yeah, they could become friends.
In the future, for sure.
Why not? And they kind of did.
Yeah, in the Cursed Child. We're not talking about a Cursed Child.
I'm sorry.
No, I could see them definitely becoming friends. They had their moments throughout the year.
Yeah.
But as a couple, I don't see them connecting in any way.
Right.
Besides like Quidditch. That's like the only thing, right?
Yeah, but I don't even think Draco liked Quidditch that much, man.
It was more like just to get at Harry.
Yeah, just be like, oh, like I can be a good Quidditch player, you know, and then it was more of a spawned out of jealousy.
Yeah.
Because they both played Seeker. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it would be different if like Draco was like a chaser or a beater, you know?
No, I could see people writing fanfics and stuff changing Draco's jealousy from like jealousy of the chosen one and being popular and all that to like, you know,
I want
unrequited love. But I personally don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't feel like they have enough in common.
No. I know. And it's never like, I mean, no one's like sexual preferences are also never mentioned. So it's like, you don't know.
Yeah.
What if Harry was bi and Draco was straight or vice versa?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Like that you got to kind of stretch it pretty far to get there.
Plus, I think Harry and Ginny are so good together.
Yeah.
That it's just hard to picture.
Because they did such a great job with that one.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't see them connecting like that.
No, I don't know. It doesn't. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see it.
What about? Okay, not on the list too. Luna and Harry.
Honestly, you know what? That's more believable in the books than Hermione and Harry in the books.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she's quirky, but quirky. But you know what? She kind of opened up to Harry too. Mentioned the mom.
Yeah,
the mom.
You don't get any other backstory.
And then I could see Luna maybe falling for Harry a little bit when he invited her to Slughorn's party. And being like, wow, like, oh my god, you took the time to invite me. Of course, here's the thing. I don't think she thinks like that.
No.
She's off in her own little Luna world, and I love that.
Yeah.
Right? We love Luna for that. But is she thinking about boys?
No, I don't
especially
think so.
in the books.
Yeah, no, I don't. She could almost be like asexual.
Yeah. For
sure.
I could see it. Or like even her dad could be like, oh, it's not that big of a deal. Now, like get bitten by a gnome and that's good for you.
Yeah.
I could see her dating a gnome.
I can see her definitely as more of an asexual character.
Yeah.
I love their friendship.
Yeah.
I think they have such a nice friendship.
She loves her friends. So,
yeah. Yeah, you see that a lot where, she is the only one not from Gryffindor in their little group.
Mm-hmm.
And... yeah,
but she's brave like a Gryffindor.
Yeah,
but I think she's just very wise like a Ravenclaw
and creative and
yeah. It's like her she falls in the creative category, obviously.
Of Ravenclaw for sure. What about Luna and Neville?
Love it. I love it, and I'm sad it wasn't in the books.
Yeah, they definitely sort of hinted towards that in the movie, even though Neville doesn't marry her in the end. I like it better than Harry and Luna. Yeah. As a relationship. But yeah, I could still see Luna as asexual.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that makes more sense too, because I think Neville and Luna were probably hanging out a little bit more.
Yeah, in the Silver Trio, right?
Yeah, exactly. Without the Golden Trio around. Mm-hmm. And especially when Ginny was off with her boyfriends and stuff too, Yeah. So like that connection could build. I could see it. Actually, I think you kind of hit it on the head. I think honestly, like seeing her as an asexual person makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I can see.
Because I like maybe not like asexual, but like she just doesn't care. Doesn't think about it. You know, like it never crosses her mind.
Nah, she's got other things to look around
like
for,
like Nargles, and rumpant horns and stuff like that. Gnome saliva. Yeah, many different things. Mm-hmm. Raxperts. Mm-hmm. Yeah, all that shit. So, yeah. No, I like Neville and Luna. I liked it in the movies. It was good. Mm-hmm. It was nice. Yeah. And once again, I think the two actors look great together.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was nice giving Neville a little more. They gave him a little more at the end.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, you're good looking. You can kill stuff. You can blow some stuff up.
You lost all this weight.
Like, you look
you
great.
Did great, man.
Yeah.
I'm jelly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will let you start this one because I know your opinion is different than my opinion.
Very different.
Yeah. Well,
your opinion influences my opinion just a touch.
So the next one is my favorite ship.
Yeah. Do you want me?
Draco and Hermione.
Yeah.
What did you just do over the past week?
I was sent 3. I think I sent you 5. You said 3. I sent you 5. You only read 1, which was like not even the best one. Yeah. It's like the least magical one. Absolutely. This was definitely more of just like their relationship. Was there a title of that one? I don't think so.
I don't remember. There was definitely more that had more action and magic and stuff. Right. So I don't know if it was the best one for you to only read, but anyways, go on. I want to hear your opinion.
Okay, so yeah, I did read before this and for you, because you're welcome. Yeah. I read and I was very open-minded when I was reading this fan fiction of Draco and Hermione. Yes, you're absolutely right. It was super non-magical, which I thought was weird. The logistics of this story were very bad.
No. Yeah, with that, I wouldn't even think about that fanfic, really. Just
It was the top one on the list.
I know. I don't think I ordered them. I think
you should have ordered them.
Yeah, I should have ordered them.
Because I just did the top one.
Yeah, I just wanted you to feel for the two characters. Okay. Anyways, what
but
do you think about the two characters?
Here's the thing. Well, okay, so I like them both for their respective reasons. Because Malfoy was written as the antagonist to Harry Potter. Yeah. Like that's all his purpose was to do, right? And then once the story becoming more expansive, he was hired. He was told to kill Dumbledore, obviously. But and then same thing with Hermione. Like they're both secondary characters, right? Yeah. And that's what they're there to do. But so I will give the writer credit where it's due. She did I think it's a she. I'm gonna say it's a she. She did a really good job of kind of writing it like it felt like a Hermione Granger story, if you know what I mean. Like it's from the perspective of Hermione. You know what she's thinking. It's exactly like how the actual books are. Yeah. Like as far as like you just know what she's thinking, and all that shit. However, like I said, the logistics of it were just brutal.
Yeah, don't talk about the logistics of the fanfic.
But the one thing that I can see happening was there was this one moment in that particular story where Draco, they started slowly, that build started happening.
It has to be a slow burn.
Yeah, because
they can't just be friends.
Because when they ran into each other, the tensions were high.
Yeah.
And yes, like it was this slow, it was very slow actually. Yeah. That freaking story is like 9 chapters and they don't start becoming kind of tolerating each other until like chapter 5. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then in the same chapter, they talked, it was chapter 4 where they talked about like their experiences fighting in the Second Wizarding War, which I thought was written very well actually by this person. And then you literally sent me like an essay of what your interpretation of that was.
Yeah, and that wasn't even just about that story too. That was just like
your general thing, and like that makes sense because you said that like Draco kind of lightened up on his whole racist mindset, right? And that made sense, especially because like it kind of look where it got him, right? Yeah, because that makes sense story wise. Yeah. I could see him kind of backing off, especially and then his dad went to prison. Yeah. I don't know if that was true in the actual canon, but in that particular story.
I think he did go to Azkaban for a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't know if he went for long. But...
Yeah, well, in that one, it said he got sentenced to like 10 years in Azkaban. Yeah. So.
Because I'm pretty sure Harry spoke for Narcissa, right?
Did he?
I think he did. I think that at some point
I could see that.
Because she lied.
She lied to Voldemort, and that's led to to them winning. So I believe. I mean, it's believable. It's just circumstances have to be correct.
And also, there's that scene that's cut out from the movies where Draco passes the wand
to Harry.
Yeah, when Harry comes back alive, right?
Yeah, that was on. I know what everyone says they wanted it, but I watched that over and over again. It was really cheesy.
And also it doesn't work logistically with him having Draco's wand and everything in the end, right?
Yeah, well, wasn't it... I think it was Draco runs forward, picks up the wand, and then throws it to Potter, right?
Yeah, I think... But anyways, so they wanted redemption for him, right?
Yeah, and honestly, I think he got it.
Yeah.
I think in the end he got it because I think his redemption was he never sold out Harry, Ron, and Hermione.
Yeah, when they were at the manor.
But mainly Harry, because
he obviously knew, 100%.
Well, yeah, because they were with him.
Yeah,
Ron and Hermione were with him.
And they're just with this random guy.
Yeah, well, and you know what? Like Draco, he what was it? He even when they're like, this is the Granger girl, right? The Mudblood Granger, and he was kind of.
Maybe it probably is, but I don't know.
Maybe I'm not exactly sure. What about this? Isn't this Harry Potter? And then he was just like, what's wrong with his face? Yeah. Right. And then he was just like, I don't know. That's Harry Potter, isn't it? Yeah. And then, so then I don't know. One thing I do like in that fan fiction was Draco also mentioned how the screams of Hermione being tortured kept him up.
Yeah.
And you know what? That's believable.
Yeah.
Because
that's a trope in a lot of them.
Yeah.
Is that being hard for him.
Yeah. I mean, it's true, though. Because
he's seen people be tortured and stuff, but this was someone he knew
he
was 11.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, the tensions were high. But you see that a lot in movies.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, where, like, maybe the once enemy who's not the enemy anymore, just, you know, it's like, you know, you hear the main character getting tortured or whatever, and then they're like, ooh, right? Because no one wants to hear that.
Yeah, no,
you know?
for sure.
And, you know, he's like he's a high school kid with a big ego. You know, that's kind of where you can kind of level with him. You understand. You know? It wasn't really his choice to be like that in the beginning. It was his parents, especially his dad. His dad really brainwashed him.
Yeah. I mean, he's only 11 when they start, like...
Yeah.
There's only so much you know when you're 11.
Yeah, when you
besides what your parents tell you.
Yeah, and then you know what I realized? Malfoy didn't really have that much interaction with Hermione in the first one. It wasn't until the second one.
Yeah, they don't even talk.
Yeah.
That's one thing they say is like Harry was the boy who lived, right? Or the chosen one.
Yeah.
And Draco was the boy who didn't have a choice.
Yeah.
Right? He was raised by his parents that way. All his friends, like Crabbe and Goyle and all of them, all their parents were Death Eaters.
And they were all friends too. So, yeah.
Like if he had a better friend growing up, he might have had a different opinion and all that. I know.
If he had, like, funny enough, like, I know it's his son, but like if he needed like a Scorpius in his life. Yeah. Like in Slytherin. Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's plausible. You know, you open my eyes.
Now that you're, So where it started for me is I've heard about it before. And I was like, no, it's stupid. He antagonized her. Like, no, there's no way.
He's racist, antagonized her, all that shit. Yeah.
And then I saw a fan art one time. And I was like, oh, they look kind of cute. And then I think I read up.
Do you remember the fan art? Do you think we could see it?
I'll have to look after.
Yeah, you're going to have to send it to me.
And then, you know, there was a whole thing where Emma Watson had a crush on Tom Felton at the beginning for like the first 2 or 3 movies.
And then he had a crush on her.
He had a crush on her too. And then seeing them together, the actors, I'm like, they look great together. Yeah. And then I just started reading one and I was like, it's good. I think because I could see them having more in common than her and Ron. Yeah. You know, he likes reading and he was like one of the top in his class too. Yeah. Really good at potions and all that. So I could see them definitely connecting more on that level. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I like the slow burn. It has to have a slow burn.
That slow burn is everything. Yeah. You need that slow burn.
They can't just be friends. I could see him sort of changing his mind around 6th year when he's having to do all that stuff. Yeah. Where
and his mental state was deteriorating too.
He's starting to think, well, I mean, yeah, you see him like crying and stuff where he's like, this is for my mom. Yeah. Right? And it's like...
Yeah, like that makes sense.
He's starting to waver on...
Is this where I want to be? But now I don't.
But he has to.
Yeah, he has no choice.
It's his mom, right?
He has no choice. Yeah.
So he's definitely starting to change his opinions, and so he doesn't see her that way anymore. Yeah. As a mudblood, but he still obviously has his. You know, he grew up learning that, and it's hard to just change overnight.
Yeah, exactly.
And they weren't friends to begin with, so it always has to have a slow burn.
And they also have to be older, I feel. They always have to be at least 16 to like 18.
Yeah, most of the ones usually start like at 8th year.
And honestly, I think the only reason why that happens is because you can't really write about 17-year-olds fucking.
That's true. But also like...
because everyone's going to call you creepy otherwise.
Harry and Ron don't go back for their 8th year.
Yeah, but so this one they actually did. They wrote it as as they like everyone had an 8th year, and it's like what? It's like that makes sense.
On some of them they don't. So yeah, I could see why they do it for 8th year. It's like Ron and Harry don't go back, so it's just Hermione with like say Jenna, Ginny and Luna, and then most of them say like Draco has to go back as one of his like prerequisites from the ministry. He has to finish school. Yeah. And that's usually where they connect because she doesn't have, you know, her two boys they're looking out for her.
Yeah, and I wonder, just to kind of just back up for a hot second, like you mentioned that Harry spoke for Narcissa. Yeah. Like, I wonder if he spoke for Draco too, because Draco didn't sell him out, right?
Yeah, probably.
So then that probably helps a little bit, because and for Hermione, he'd be like, well, yeah, you didn't sell us out.
Yeah, yeah, and I could see her definitely, thinking like, yeah, you were horrible to us, and it'll take a lot to get over that. But you're just a kid.
But you're great in bed.
Okay. But like I could see her thinking like she's smarter than that. She knows like he's just a kid.
Yeah.
We all had to do shit growing up, especially at Hogwarts.
Yeah.
That like I think she would be understanding of it after a while.
Yeah, especially perspective is everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if it comes from like a very real and honest place.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like their sort of conversations and stuff are just deeper.
Yeah, they
like
kind of
things they talk about.
I know. Also, one thing we don't know about Draco, what is he into? What are his hobbies?
Yeah.
Because in the story I read, he was kind of into literature. He liked to read.
Most of the stories do have him being into literature.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he was like one of the top in his class.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was like number 2 or 3. And they like released a list of like the top students for that year.
Okay.
I think Harry was like number 8 or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he was really high up there.
Okay, so that if that's true, then that makes it a lot more plausible.
Yeah.
Then, because they IQ levels kind of help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I could see them having deeper conversations than her and Ron would have.
What do you think Hermione's IQ is?
I don't know.
I want to say 210.
Jesus, I'd say like 160.
You would say so?
Yeah.
And then Malfoy might be 130.
Yeah,
I could see that. Yeah, why not? I'm like a 2.
Yeah, and I feel like after the war, Hermione would have had a lot of work to do on herself.
Yeah. And
they don't really get into that. It's just like, oh, Ron likes me now, and now everything's good.
Yeah.
Right? And I feel like, Ron had a little bit of stuff where he was like angry and stuff, but I could see him just after the war's over, just besides like Fred, just going back to normal.
Yeah, of course.
A lot easier than she would.
Yeah, and he would honestly. I think all 3 of them would have their own shit to deal with.
Yeah, I feel like he wouldn't understand her stuff that she's going through as much as Malfoy would. Yeah,
I think that's fair, because I think he's kind of. He would probably go back to being like, it's over. We're done. Yeah. And then she'd be like, no, like I'm hurt. And my heart's broken still.
Yeah. And also, wasn't there talk of her needing special treatment after the attack on the Ministry? When she gets hit by a curse.
Oh, what do you mean?
I think she gets hit by a curse after the attack on the Ministry.
Like when they infiltrated, or
when they infiltrated. No, like in number 5.
Okay. She got hit. Yeah, she got hit by some thing, and I think it marked up her chest. Yeah. Actually, and it just instantly made her go unconscious. It wasn't stupefied, but it was something.
No, and I think
some dark thing.
I read somewhere that she had to like do something for it. Like there might have been complications if she tried to have kids later or something.
Interesting.
I'm not sure where I read that. Maybe it was Wikipedia. So maybe
that's not true. That sounds like a fan theory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
because I know they woke her up and Dumbledore said, "Don't worry, there's no lasting damage." Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know.
Anything else?
Just like lost.
Yeah, like you're just all.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can see it.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from. Mm-hmm. And it's a fair ship.
I feel like the more like I read it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
There has to be like specific things in the story in order for me to
Have you ever read like a Hermione fanfic and you're like, this is proper shit? Like it's
good?
Bad.
Oh, bad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll do it and I'll try to read like the first chapter.
And then
I can't even get through it. It's like
because they made out in the first chapter, right?
Or like they're just fine with each other, and I'm like, they wouldn't be at first.
Oh, hi Draco, hi Granger.
Or obviously if the grammar is too bad or something.
Yeah.
Or I feel like Hermione's also a hard character to write about. Because she's sensitive. I mean, she cries a lot in the books.
True.
But she's not like...
She's not weak.
Yeah, sometimes they make her too girly.
Because she isn't that girly.
Yeah, where she's just like, oh,
she's
Ron,
girly, but
and,
not
like,
girly.
Hugs him, and it's just like, this is not her.
I know. The only time she ever like shows affection like that is if like they win.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Like if people are okay.
Yeah.
You
know? And then with Draco, I feel like he would listen to her more.
Yeah, I feel like too, because I feel like Draco would be somebody, especially having like that positive influence in his life. I feel like he would want to absorb information.
Yeah.
To better himself.
And especially, I feel like after the war too, he'd sort of like take a step back and try to blend in a little more than he had been previously.
Yeah, you know, and just and maybe try and be himself for once.
Yeah.
True. Whoever that may be. Because that's what we don't know about Draco.
Yeah, and I feel like also when they argue and stuff, or they have debates about certain things, it wouldn't be like a fight like her and Ron would.
Do you think it'd be more respectful?
It would just be more intelligent. I feel like when her and Ron fight, they like fight.
Yeah.
Whereas this could be more of like an actual
I know, dude.
Sort of
they
debate.
Were like because I re-listened to book 6 because you know I just felt like it, speedrunning and stuff. They were ruthless.
Yeah, and I feel like
other.
That's not.
It was bad.
Like, that's not how it should be.
I know, because like I think Ron would like intentionally make out with Lavender so Hermione could see it.
Yeah.
And then with what's his name, Cormac McLagan.
Yeah.
Yeah. She would be like, "Yeah, I'm dating Cormac because I like Quidditch." They're like, "Wow, Hermione, you like Quidditch players, don't you?" He goes, "I like really good Quidditch players."
Yeah. And I feel like too, after the war, Ron wouldn't have changed that much.
No, I think to play devil's avocado for a second.
Yeah.
I think Ron would be a little bit more understanding.
No, I think he would, but I don't think he would change completely.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like after the war, Draco could change completely.
Oh, I think Draco would have the biggest shift between him and Ron.
You see it in The Cursed Child, right?
Yeah.
So
because because in The Cursed Child, he just loves his family. Like that's what he wants. He just wants his son to be happy, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like Ron wouldn't make a huge change, and those problems that they had would still be there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the one kind of my favorite from The Cursed Child is actually Scorpius.
Scorpius is great.
I love Scorpius.
Yeah.
He seems like a great dude.
Yeah. Sometimes some of the fanfics will actually have it later on too.
Where Scorpius is in the picture?
Yeah, Scorpius is in the picture, the wife's dead.
That could make sense.
I mean, that's canon.
See, that makes a lot more sense too.
Right, and so he's changed quite a bit.
She changed a lot. He changed a lot. He's a family man. You know what I mean? Like it kind of makes sense that way.
Most of the time, they still butt heads at the beginning, but it is.
Oh, for sure.
It's I
mean, well, obviously, because they come from two different sides.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The light side and the dark side.
Yeah.
But he doesn't like the dark side, and she's like kind of over everything. I would feel so. And also, like, if you go by Cursed Child logic, she becomes a Minister of Magic. So it's like, that's kind of weird. And what did he do? Do you know what he did?
I feel like he did something for the bank.
Oh, okay.
Like accounting or something.
Beautiful.
But I could see him becoming like a potions master.
Yeah.
Right?
Like what, teach at Hogwarts, you mean?
Possibly.
I can see it.
But
are like all Slytherins like good at potions or what?
Well, no, but I think he just was.
Okay.
And he's also really good at occlumency.
He is?
Yeah.
I didn't. Oh, his mom was too.
And I'm pretty sure they said Bella trained him.
Mm-hmm. Oh, probably for the assassination.
Yeah.
Thing. Yeah.
So he got a lot of training before.
Mm-hmm.
I think the second fanfic I sent you, that's like a big part where he has to like every time he sees Hermione at the beginning, he pictures her in the manor
getting tortured,
and he sort of just has to use
shut
his
it out.
occlumency and just sort of shut himself off.
Yeah. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. So the more I read about it, the more I dislike Ron and Hermione. But in most of the fics though, like, I don't like it when there's like a bunch of Ron bashing.
Yeah.
Because they'd still be friends.
Yeah.
I feel like it would sort of be like they finally get together and it just doesn't work out.
With Ron.
And they're like, we just want to be friends because we've been through so much together and I still love you.
They should start a fanfic with Ron and Hermione breaking up.
No, a lot of them do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of them are like, most of them are mutual too, where it's like they just realize. Sometimes they like hold on a little longer, but I just it just doesn't work out.
People because the one I read, I'm sorry to cut you off, but the one I read,
they weren't even together.
It was never mentioned. It was just like, okay, I'm gonna go to this little town. Bye, guys. Yeah. No,
a lot of them do mention it. And they're usually together at the end, or like they've just broken up or whatever.
Yeah.
But the more I read, the more I like the two of them together.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah. Holy. How long have we been talking?
A lot. Yeah. Anything else you want to say?
No, just read some more fanfics. Get your girlfriend to read them with you.
Anyways, that's a really good idea. Oh yeah, piece of advice: read fanfics with your girlfriend or your boyfriend, whoever. Yeah, it gets spicy. Just I'm gonna leave it at that.
Especially if the one person's like a nerd too.
Yeah, like my girlfriend and I were both like geeky.
Like same.
Yeah.
Like I don't like watching things.
Things.
But yeah. Just read some fanfics. Actually, I saw a really good TikTok. I'll have to show you later.
Okay. So is that it?
Yeah, I think that's good. Tell us your favorite ship.
Yeah, for sure.
And why?
We want to hear about it. Absolutely.
And which one do you can't even wrap your head around?
Yeah, like I can't wrap my head around about Voldy and Bella, man. Like for real. How the fuck? Anyways. What Jack Thorne and John Tiffany? I disagree with you. Those are the guys that wrote Christelle, by the way. Anyways, so is that it?
Yeah, I think that's
good. That was a good episode.
Yeah,
I feel okay. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you. This was a more friskier episode of the Undesirables.
Yes,
but you know what? You need a little frisky in your life.
Listen with caution.
Yes. All right. Thank you so much. We'll see you in the next one. All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Let's get going. I hope you ready and listening. Right. Don't matter what you reppin', Gryffindor for Slytherin, Ravenclaw or Hufflepuff. Really, it's undeniable. Right. The podcast you need is the Undesirables. Join the conversation. I know that you wanna, especially if you're a big fan of Harry Potter, Ryan and Amanda, Potterheads. Where you at? This is the Undesirables podcast. Hey, yeah.